Bubba, what you cooking, man?
Welcome back to Iron Minds, everybody. It is Christmas week, but it feels like April or September around here. The boys are out walking in Texas, and it's going to be 75 degrees here in St. Louis on Christmas Day. What's up, fellas?
Good morning. Good morning.
How is everybody today?
Man, I'm just happy to be here.
It is a fantastic Tuesday. I'm excited to be here. This is the best time of year. These last 2 weeks of December have always fired me up and lit me up.
It's a good time to set some new habits, especially if you're home for the holidays. If you're off work, for example, and you got some time, you get some extra workouts in, which is awesome. And I'm just glad to be here, man. I'm glad to be with you boys.
Well, it sounds like
Yeah.
Nick is in Stephen King's The Birds over there.
You guys can hear those
It's
birds again?
a little windy.
We need to see if you guys can't tell, I'm rocking this brand new Blue Tiger headset I got from the Larry Cothran Christmas party. And we
Ooh,
might need to
nice
send one
stuff.
over to Nick so he needs a real trucker headset over there.
That's right.
We
We need to get
it
him
must
one.
be. I'm using my just my Bose earbud here, and apparently it's not getting it done.
Yeah, it is what it is. But it is good to be back, and it's good to be with you guys, and it's nice to be feeling better, you know. And as Lombard said earlier, down a few pounds. So not the way I would recommend it, but nice to be down about 10 pounds from the surgery.
Hey, it's all about the results, baby.
I was just about to say that. I was just
Whatever it
about
takes,
to say
man.
that,
Whatever it
Nick.
takes.
Yeah.
I think
If you're not losing weight the traditional way, just ask Trey how you can sign yourself up for surgery.
listen, I've seen Zoolander. I think throwing up is a great way to lose weight and to maintain weight before a show.
And if all else fails, just get some of your colon removed.
Exactly. That's right. Just get about 12 inches of colon removed, and you'll feel a lot lighter.
You know, when I got
Uh,
meningitis, I lost almost 20 pounds in about a week. And I was like, well, that did it. That was an easy way to do it.
yeah. If you can't eat for a while, that'll do it. But
Nothing like
I'm starting to
104
feel
temperature and a steady diet of saline solution to help you lose weight.
yeah. I'm starting to feel a little bit more normal, but I'm not eating that much. But I'm also eating the right things. I've learned a lot about gut health and making sure that I'm putting the right things down my throat. So, but I got to definitely get back into some weight training because I feel like everything's just a little bit lighter than it was beforehand. So I got a lot of work to do once I feel better in January.
I've been excited to have you back on, Trey, especially because one of the highlights and themes we always talk about every Tuesday is that 99 problem saying. You can have 99 problems, but then once you have a health problem, you only got one problem. And it's like, and from talking to you these past few weeks, like you've been ready for it. You've been ready for it. I know it's probably been hard for you, but you've really taken it on the chin really well. Like still letting people know what's up on LinkedIn. You didn't recluse yourself. You kept a lot of us well informed. You got to experience it firsthand. What have been your thoughts the past few weeks? What's kept you out of the dark pit? What's kept you rolling?
Well, certainly having a network and people reaching out and praying for me and asking how I'm doing, staying connected has been really, really powerful. Because when you rest and you recover from surgery, you really do need to rest. Because if the couple days that I did try to work normally, I felt stressed. I felt kind of the anxiety of work and trying to get things done, and it wasn't good for my health. And so I finally embraced actually resting, and I've discovered that resting is a really hard thing to do. I think it has to do with our American work culture and work ethic, where we feel lazy, we feel guilty, we feel shame for not working. But I finally gave into that and just said, I'm just going to rest. And I talked to my clients. And by the way, I got the best clients who have given me the space to rest and recover and haven't really pushed me to come back and be full in like I was before. But rest is actually a really hard thing to do, and you have to force yourself, especially in our culture, to do it and to be okay with that. And I had somebody who was kind of coaching me through it, and he said that, especially in America, we're really bad at fully resting. When we rest, we often are still doing things, or we're thinking about things in our head. We're not present where we are. We're not allowing our bodies to just simply relax and rest. We're connected with our phones on social media, so we're putting stuff into our mind constantly and thinking about things constantly. And so, what really helped for me was actually putting my phone down and just being present with my family, playing games, having conversations, actually just sitting on the couch and letting my body do what it needs to do. And I noticed that when that happened, I started feeling better a lot faster. But man, that's really hard. Rest is a really hard thing for us to do here in America.
It's
I always like to go ahead, Mike.
oh no, I was going to say in this country, especially, I mean, we lead the show with that quote from Proverbs. We have to realize rest is so important that it's one of the 10 commandments. Like one of the 10 commandments. It doesn't say, like,
Right.
in the 10 commandments, it doesn't say, work this hard. It doesn't say do this. They're like, even above, it's like the idea of resting is in the 10 commandments, which means it's on the same level as don't kill and don't steal. That's how important resting is that it is in the same conversation as do not kill other people. So to not murder somebody is just as important as you taking that Sabbath day. Like, I think
Right.
that's a great frame of reference and how important rest is.
Yeah. There's
I
a lot
say
to
that.
that. Go ahead, Nick.
I was gonna say that rest is the difference between rest and laziness, and how I try to tell myself this is that rest is intentional. Rest is actually part of training. I remember when I first got into like Spartan and endurance, it was all about mindset. It was all about the grit and the grind and pushing harder and blah blah blah. And but when you just want to start getting better, it's not that there's no off days. Oh, there's an off day, or at least there's intentional rest. There's intentional recovery. You do it on purpose. When you're feeling run down and your body's not keeping up anymore, and we actually need to listen to our body. It's not laziness. It's intentional, because it is the action that is actually going to help me be better at work and be better at training. One other thought, though, and I think part of the reason why sometimes we get so predisposition to feeling like we have to do something else is that when we are in the work and productivity mode, we are leaving so much on the table, and we know that. And that's often why I think that when we're in those positions of forced rest where it's hard to do, because we're not all in the rest of the time.
Yeah, we're definitely multitasking in our brain way too much. We're not focused on work. We're not focused on rest. And there's so much, like, I mean, you can doom scroll, you can watch, binge shows on Netflix. To actually rest your mind, rest your body, and unplug from everything is a discipline now that used to be pretty normal. I mean, you think about it, if you go all the way back to the times before electricity, when the sun went down, people pretty much closed up shop. They might have had a candle for a little bit, but for the most part, they were closing up shop and heading to bed. And that's just something that we've gotten away from. And so, resting in the evening, taking a day every week just to rest is such a discipline. And most people just don't know how to do it. I'll be honest, I don't think I really know how to do that. And this is shined a light on the fact that I'm not very good at resting. And it's interesting because my kids have watched this process and they've seen it as well. And it was, last Sunday we really unplugged from a lot of stuff and we spent some time together as a family. We played some games at the table together. And my oldest daughter said, "We should do this every Sunday." I said, "Yeah, we should. That's actually a great idea." So we've been thinking about it as a family. Some good things have come out of it, but rest is a discipline that most of us really struggle with.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about it, any of my friends who go and think about your people who like over the summer or whatever they do, they go for a vacation and it's camping or what have you. Like any time, it's almost like I don't know, it's almost like maybe somebody's first little stint of new energy from being sober. Maybe Nick can know this, but anytime you're I've been out with friends and my phone's died, or other people have been out, their phone will die, or they won't have their phone. I did this one year for one of the Super Bowls. I forget which Super Bowl it was. I think it was when the Bucks won, the year the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. Before we went out, I shut my phone off during the Super Bowl, and then I kept it off even the criticism of professional sports, how it is anytime you go on the internet, everybody's this genius in opinion, and anytime that your phone's off, your phone died, or you have a weekend where your phone's gone, nobody has ever said that they had a bad time because their phone died. I think that's a glaring, and I get it. We're on our phones, we're making content, which we should, but it's just like with anything, the same reason why I don't eat pizza for 3 meals a day, all day, every day, is the same reason why we probably don't need 7 days a week of continuous, use of the smartphone.
Yeah, we just don't stop. Man, it's just so true. What's that, Nick?
Dude, when I went to Cuba, it was the best 4 days of my life because your phone just transforms into a phone, and that was it. Nothing. Could not be reached. No external communication, no internet, no signal, no Wi-Fi, nothing.
Yeah.
It was a blast of the past, and I'll tell you what, I didn't miss it, not one bit. And but I also agree that the phone isn't the problem. The device is not the problem. The device is an object. It's what we do with it and how we do with it. And like Lombard was just saying, I mean, all of us on here put content out, right? So some of it's work, some of it might be a little purpose-filled. Me, I spend a tremendous amount of time trying to consume information, and I'm not talking about people's opinions about stuff. I'm talking about health issues and how I can train past certain things. So absolutely, there's, I think, infinite amounts of benefit to our devices. But to Mike's point, if I just do that all day, every day, well, I don't know what the actual result will be, but I'm guessing it's some sort of brain mush.
The action still needs to happen. It's just like I've talked about with therapy, a revolving door. You can hire a coach, you can do all these you can do all these things to get the right information and to help motivate you. But nothing becomes worth it if there's no action. So it's we can use this technology for good, to motivate us, to get moving, to connect with fitness, to learn more about our industry. You can use it for that. But if you don't put it down and then go execute, then it's never going to work.
Yeah, this is why cruising is actually my favorite form of vacation, because it's the only time that I am fully unplugged and cannot reach the outside world. I don't know what's going on in sports. I don't know what's going on with news. Nobody can reach me. I'm fully present with my wife or with our kids. We've been on one cruise with our kids. You don't have to think about dinner, or making plans, or how you're going to get somewhere, or looking up directions. Nothing. You don't have to do anything. It's the only time that I am fully unplugged without choosing it. And I love that. That's my favorite form of vacation for sure.
How are we all going to get lazy for the holiday? And I'll use rest because I'm going to be intentionally lazy.
Well, I'm excited to go to family holiday events. I missed Thanksgiving because I was in the hospital on Thanksgiving Day. and so missing all the family at that point. We had our first family function on Saturday with my wife's side of the family, including all the cousins and her grandma, who is still alive. She turns 95 this year, and she was there. And so that was really fun. But we're going to have a pretty relaxing couple of days. We've got Christmas Eve with my wife's parents, and then Christmas Day just with our family hanging out. We're going to do some puzzles. We're going to get up and have breakfast. We'll probably watch a Christmas movie or two, and fully unplug on Christmas Day. And then, it's interesting. Christmas falls middle of the week this year, which is interesting because it kind of makes the rest of the week not really productive. So it'll be a nice couple of days just to relax and unplug from everything.
Yes. Are you Pedro?
I wish I could go play golf because it's degrees, but I can't swing a golf club yet. Although I did take a couple of slow swings in my living room the other day, and that felt good. But yeah, I'm not going to be playing any golf. Probably going on a walk or two as well.
Yeah, what do you got going on, Pedro?
Man, I have nothing going on. Right now, I just want to go home and take a dang nap. That's what I want to do.
What are you guys doing for Christmas down there? What's your traditions?
Dude, man, honestly, our traditions have unfortunately kind of died as our kids have gotten older and moved out and have their own lives and girlfriends and other families to do stuff with. But I mean, usually Christmas Eve, my wife, we make homemade chicken noodle soup and we watch a Christmas movie, which my youngest son, he'll do that with us this year. My oldest son, he still does that with his girlfriend. They just do it at their house because, they live like 45 minutes away. So, but Christmas, man, we're just chilling. My wife's going to cook some steaks. Went to Sam's Club yesterday, got some nice primo steaks, and just going to hang out the house, man. We'll open gifts in the morning, and my older kids will come over later on and open their gifts, and we'll just end up chilling, man. So, I think it's an interesting thing we can maybe talk about, next week is the evolution of your traditions as you and your children get older, because it used to be everybody got matching pajamas and, we all spent Christmas Eve together and all of Christmas Day. And, as you get older, your kids get older, people move away, they start new traditions or don't want to do old ones, so, yeah, but I still enjoy the holidays. Christmas is my favorite time of year, man.
Yeah, this is our last Christmas with my kids at home in high school. My daughter's going to be in college next year, so I'm curious to see how our traditions are going to change next year. But we did matching pajamas this year, Pedro, probably for the last time. But it was fun. Lombard, how about you, man? What traditions do you guys have?
Oh man, something I've been doing. We're sticking around Central Texas as well. We've got our dog, senior dog, who we keep up the stairs, and it's it's tough to travel. Like we spent an egregious amount of money using Rover this year for some other important things we needed to travel for. So I mean, we're sticking around here. But one tradition I love to do and pay homage to is I watch. And normally it turns into rewatching the whole series, but I watched the Crossroads, Bastogne, and the Breaking Point, 3 episodes of Band of Brothers around wintertime over the course of the Battle of the Bulge. Something I always throw on this time of year there's just a lot of great, besides the fact that the TV show is great, there's just an entire, it's just like a yearly tradition I've had. I always get the itch to watch those episodes specifically and take them in. Like they're really important. I think it's a really important thing to kind of set the tone of what to be grateful for, what it was like for some other people at different points in times. We've got to realize it's not tough everywhere. It's not everybody had it easy. We're very blessed to be able to enjoy the holiday the way we are this week. That's one of the biggest ones. I know. I think I might do a 25-mile run on Christmas Day. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I'm feeling the itch. But yeah, we'll make some food, hang out, relax. I should announce on Christmas Day the full hour-long documentary of me and my team's trip on the Texas Water Safari will be released
Oh,
So
nice.
if you do want to go on YouTube, we're going to drop that documentary. It's about an hour long. There's a lot of on-course footage. It's got some of the most on-course footage of any YouTube video you'll see. So if you want to get fired up and get dialed in for 2026, that could be something you might want to tune into.
So what you're saying is that Band of Brothers is a Christmas movie, kind of like Die Hard. That's what you're saying.
Yes, especially those.
That's what I
basically.
got out of that whole thing. That's right. Nice. Nick, how about you, man? What are your traditions on Christmas? What are you guys going to do?
We're having, usually I love Christmas. I do. Absolutely love Christmas. Last year and this year, we have more transitions going on. So we're not doing a hell of a lot because we're going to move again in about a month. But so very quiet holiday, but we're going to go have our tradition is that we actually meet my wife's mother for dinner on Christmas Eve. We always go out. Unfortunately, her stepdad passed away last year. Her sister may or may not join us. So again, it's kind of small. We usually spoil each other and spoil the dogs, but we did give each other a couple things. Obviously, I got my new ink. And by the way, we suck at holding on to Christmas. So by the time Christmas comes, if there's a gift, we've already given it. And so I think there's definitely going to be a good 20 to 24 hours of a Christmas story. We watched Elf last night. I still need to watch Scrooged, and I'm going to save Die Hard for Christmas Eve. So definitely some movie watching. Now, a lot of times, though, on Christmas Day, we might take the initiative to go to the beach, or we might even go down to, like we've done the theme park before, just get up early and drive out to Orlando. So there's a lot of fun, kind of fun ways to spend Christmas low key down here. But yeah, for the most part, we're just sort of, we're going to take that as our time of rest and pretend it's cold outside and watch a bunch of snowy movies. I might watch those episodes of Brandon Brothers just so I can feel like it's cold. Ooh, also one more thing. We'll see if I feel really ambitious about this later. But one thing I like to do around the holidays, being that I live in Florida, is I go to the mall and I go get a peppermint mocha coffee and I try to park and I walk around the mall because it's cold, there's Christmas music, and everybody's an asshole, so it really feels like the holidays.
You make malls great again. Yeah, nostalgia is in. Make the mall great again. An American.
Absolutely.
There's nothing greater than the American mall.
Dude, we have one mall here that's really kicking. It felt like watching Christmas Vacation. We went on. When did we go? It was Saturday. We went to the mall as a family and walked around, did some shopping, split up in teams of two, and it was hopping. The tree was out there, Santa was there, kids were lined up. The mall is an American institution, man. It's nice to see one that was really hopping. The crowds were crazy. The parking lot was just absolutely nuts. They had traffic guards out there controlling the traffic. So yeah, the mall's one place where you can go anywhere in America and you should feel like Christmas no matter what the weather's like outside.
That's what's on the dock down here, and hopefully eating something bad for me, some sort of French toast bake or something. There's not a lot of days that I just look forward to it, and then I gotta be honest, I cannot wait until January 1st, and I'm not the guy who believes in the magical flip of a calendar, nor am I the person who would otherwise wait till January 1st, but that's when I'll be healed up enough to start working out again. So
I'm in the same boat. I'm actually looking forward to January because that's when I'm going to be able to do a lot of things without restrictions. Of course, core work is not one of them, but I'm learning how to twist again. I'm learning how to
Trey, your New Year's resolution needs to be to stay out of the hospital. Okay, that's what you need. No more injuries, no more surgeries until like 2030 or something. Okay,
blood tests I got to get done or other tests. Yeah, it'll be nice to not have to be a part of that anymore. I am disappointed though; they didn't let me bring home the robe. I would have worn it today.
I know, dude. I know. We're waiting to see you in that hot little hospital number, man. Let me tell you.
Well, and here's something I didn't tell anybody, but the one that they gave me was missing one of the strings on the back, so I literally was just wide open.
They do that
once you got it. You still got to get
the white whale sticking out.
Yeah. They did not give me one that had all the strings. So I was given a show for whoever wanted to watch on part of that, but.
That means they knew you were a flight risk. They do that to the people that they know are going to be a pain.
Putting Mercury in retrograde with that full moon out.
Why are all these
And
nurses calling and checking on you, Trey?
yeah, and when I was at the hospital, I kept forcing myself to go out for walks around and doing the whole floor. And I got up to where I was able to do 4 loops before I got tired. But yeah, there were people who got a little show. Probably didn't want one, but I didn't care. I wanted to get out of the room. I was so tired of sitting in that bed. I had to get up and walk around. But yeah, that fancy number, Pedro, you would have enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
being in the hospital around Christmas time, December's it can be tough for people, as much as, which is why I like that Christmas is strategically in December. It's like it couldn't work out better for the Northern Hemisphere. Figuring it's 2/3 of the
yeah.
world's population lives above the equator. So I mean, it's still crazy to me that Christmas is summertime in Australia, but December's are tough. And I always think, especially you guys talking about you can't wait for January 1st. Continuing the process, like the flip of the calendar, like there is no calendar flip for somebody like me, and that's how the mindset's got to be for everybody, is continuing the process. Like you're not starting over, you're continuing a process you need to start. And I think one of the greatest pieces of motivation is either drive by or just walk inside the nearest VA hospital, and or just in general, like just think about the people, like think about people who are there, who are chained to hospital beds
Yeah.
during this time of year, and praying and hoping somebody just comes and see them. And if you're not one of those people in those hospital beds, then you should be doing something about it, and you should be doing something to full well prevent yourself from being one of those people one day who is going to be. I mean, I just think about the veterans who are at the VA hospital right now, and that's a thought that makes me shook to the core. Like, and I went to the emergency room on a once on Christmas Eve, several years ago, and I'll never forget the other people who were in there, seeing them, and it's like there is there is something really bone chilling about that thought process, that if it doesn't get you up and get you moving, I'm not, I don't know what can.
Yeah. It's so true, and I'm just so thankful not to be in it. Um, Hospital food on holidays doesn't taste as good as being home. I can tell you that much. Oh, I can tell you that much. I got to learn how to twist again. I got the abdomen's pretty tight.
I mean, the good news is you should have a pretty detailed workout plan for the next 4 to 6 weeks, right? You shouldn't have to be thinking about what to do.
No, and it's actually a lot of walking, a little bit of jogging, and a lot of stretching, and then some body weight movements. Push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups. Pretty basic stuff, but it's just getting back in the routine. So
now I will tell you, the last few weeks where I haven't been doing actual running or anything, after the first week I started doing some core strength exercise around the house, and I'll start that up again towards the end of this week. But the walking, it's probably the only thing that has really, I just don't think people give it enough credit. Even I was oh man, I'm used to running an hour a day, I'm just going to walk. And I mean, not having, putting a hard stop to my exercise routine it's already impacted my blood sugars significantly. It was impacting sleep. I mean, it still is. You wouldn't think about it when you're oh, I still feel sleepy, but when your body is just not given as much, it's not as tired, so it's definitely impacted my diet. And believe it or not, I'm just stress eating more. So I can start to see all the ripple effect of bad habits. We always talk in here about the healthy habits, and I always say how good habits are a gateway drug. Well, it's real easy for bad habits to send you down the other way. So anchoring myself in the morning walk, I think, is one of the most important things I'm doing right now.
Michael, you talk about this a lot, man. Walking's so important, and man, it resets a lot of the things in your system, and it's something we were meant to do. We were meant to walk, we were meant to go places and hunt and do work. And man, we've just gotten out of that because we have made life so easy. Man, you get out and do a little 2-mile, 3-mile walk in the morning, that resets everything.
Yeah, I mean, we were born to do it. It's how we've evolved as a species. I mean, that's why we're on the top of the food chain, is endurance. Like when people might say I'm not a runner, everybody is a runner, because you wouldn't be on this planet if humans weren't runners. So it's there. It's just you just don't do it. But walking the same way, you can walk for long periods of time, and the trickle down effects of it are just insane. You can do it when you wake up. You could do it right before bed. You could do it in the middle of the day, right after you eat lunch. It's going to lower your blood sugar and help with insulin spikes, so you don't crash. Like everything, no matter what you do, like at any point in time of day, whenever you eat, if you walk before you eat, doing a little bit, your body will tap into fat stores. So, and so doing like that's a form of fasted cardio that's actually good for you. Walking before you eat is good, while your body's still in a fast mode. Like there is no point in time in day where walking is put it to your dopamine. Like there's such a trickle down effect to it that is unbeatable by any other form of movement. It's insane.
Yeah, it's huge. Hey, and as we close things up today, I forgot to mention this. We should have talked about this earlier. Maybe we talk about it next week. But had the chance to go do Wreaths Across America with my good friend Mark Manera. Here he is laying a wreath at his grandpa's tombstone at Jefferson Barracks right here in St. Louis. Had a great time with him on Saturday. I got to lay some wreaths as well, which was a really just kind of pleasant thing to get out. This was before I was wearing jeans. Still wearing sweatpants because my stomach was a little bit tender to tight clothes. But thankful for all of our veterans, the sacrifices they've made out there, and kudos to Wreaths Across America. Another incredible year. Another incredible. I think they had over 5,000 locations this year. Over 3 million wreaths were laid, and get to spend 2 hours with my good buddy Mark Manera. So that was fun. It was a good time.
The photos from Wreaths Across America look great. What an incredible event! And it's at the perfect time of year for it too.
It's something we look forward to every year, and it's just become a staple for Mark and I to go do that together and spend time together and remember the names of so many people. And just what I love about it is when you look at the tombstone and you see their dates, you see when they were born, when they passed away, you see where they served and what their rank was. It just tells a little bit of a story, and it's really pleasant to go and take the time and to do that. So that was a lot of fun. But shout out to our friends over at Wreaths Across America for another great event. Really enjoyed that. All right, well, fellas, listen, it's good to be back. Good to see you guys here with Tiger this morning. He was, he's been cleaning me up here while we've been working out, but it's good to be with you guys. And listen, everybody, as we say, iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Find your group, find your tribe, and we'll see you next week for the last Iron Minds of 2025. We'll see you
Merry
guys.
Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, gentlemen.
Peace out, everybody. We'll see you guys. Merry Christmas.